What is going on, guys? Welcome to J Powell Music. Be sure to like, subscribe here on the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when the keep saying the podcast, the YouTube channel episodes will be available again. First and foremost, I always want to thank the folks who subscribe here to the channel, thank the folks that have liked the videos, and then also thank those who invest in the conversation of the think pieces that I have here on each segment. Or video rather, and leaving comments in the comment section on your thoughts on what I'm discussing or something around it. Really appreciate that. Definitely means a lot. Once again, just someone who's a music enthusiast, likes to talk about music. And today I am talking about Metallica. I want to talk about Metallica today because not too long ago, I want to say yesterday, if not before that, they released their recent single, their fourth single, I might add, from the new album, and the song is called 72 Seasons, okay? 72 Seasons. And I listened to it. I listened to most of it, if not all of it. I think Metallica has a problem. And I don't know if Metallica... Is it time for Metallica to hang it up? Hang up the guitars. Is it time for that to happen? The reason why I say that is because I listened through this song, right? I listened through this song, and I've also listened to these other songs as well. I think If Darkness Had a Sun, that's probably the only one I haven't listened to, but I've listened to 72 Seasons, I've listened to Screaming Suicide, and I've listened to Lux Eterna. And I don't care for these songs. I'll be quite honest. I don't really care for these songs. I think they sound bland. They sound kind of boring in my opinion. The solos sound kind of boring in my opinion. And I think this is kind of a backwards situation, right? And what I mean by that is usually I get on a band's case when they change up their style, right? Time and time again, fans always say, I like their old stuff better, right? Like their old stuff better, like their old stuff better. And with this new Metallica project, it doesn't sound like completely new stuff. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like, it's not like it went from a Hybrid Theory to Minutes to Midnight or a Mother's Milk to Californication. Like the albums, the songs sound very reminiscent of some of the old stuff, right? And so it's not completely off the map, really. I mean, some would probably argue that the melodies from a lot of their old songs not really reminiscent on these new songs, and I will say that, that's probably the fallacy maybe to my argument. Like the Black Album, for instance, from Metallica, I mean, amazing album, and great melodies. If nothing really matters, obviously, Enter Sandman. There's plenty of classics that Metallica has made, but when it comes to the core sound of these songs that have been released so far, it hasn't really strayed away too far, right? It hasn't strayed away too far from that sound from the 80s. It really hasn't. It really hasn't. But the songs sound boring. Is it the lack of melody that are in these? Or maybe the melody isn't really that interesting? And the return to form of the original sound, has it gotten tired? Even the solos, and believe me, I appreciate a great solo. I'm a guitar player myself. I love playing solos. I love playing lead melody stuff. Like, that's what got me into guitar playing in general, which most people would say the same thing. And rhythm guitar playing is amazing as well. Keep working on my chords and whatnot. But when it comes to lead guitar playing, I mean, even the solos sound old and like, okay, we've heard this a million times. It's not that interesting. And that part isn't necessarily Metallica's fault. I mean, they do have a signature sound, right? And I don't know, man. I think it's just one of those things where I don't want to say they've outstayed their welcome, because that sounds horrible. I mean, they're one of the greatest rock bands in music history. I truly do believe that, but something's not sticking. Something's not sticking with this album. And four of these things have released. You know, this kind of reminds me of Unlimited Love for RHCP, where four tracks came out. I want to say I liked one of the three or whatever they released before the album came out, Unlimited Love. And I wasn't really a big fan of that album, but the Return of the Canteen Dream I did like, and coincidentally they actually made all of those songs around the same time, which is kind of funny. So the second part of that creation process, I actually liked Life of a Dream Canteen much better than Unlimited Love. I think Black Summer was the only song that I really liked from Unlimited Love. But Metallica, man, what do you guys think? You know, are there any super Metallica fans here watching this? What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's time for them to hang it up? Do you think that the songs sound too stale? Do you think from a melody standpoint, it's just not very interesting? What do you think Metallica's problem is? Well, first of all, do you agree? Right? Because you may say, Jarrell, you're crazy. These songs actually sound great. I can't wait for the new album. Then I'll back away. I'll say, okay, my bad. But if you are on my side, we're not taking sides here, but if you're thinking similar to my thinking, as far as something's missing, something sounds stale, something sounds like we've heard this before. We appreciate it, but we've heard this before, and I don't really want to hear it again. You know, and one of the things too, I always appreciate a good old-fashioned long song, especially if it's good, right? Today's songs, 2-3 minutes for your hip hop, you know, tracks, R&B tracks, hell, even pop stuff, BTS stuff or whatever. What's they called? Black Ink, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, correct me in the comments. I'm referring to I want to say it's an all-female group. They're going to Coachella. Blackpink, that's what I'm thinking of. Blackpink. You know, and I'm pretty sure a lot of those songs are just the 2-3 minute, you know, standard per streaming, right? Long songs don't really exist today, right? And Metallica's like, nah, man, we are going there. We are releasing long songs, and I dig it. I think it's cool. You know, the Lux Eterna, which I think was the first song they released from this, 3 minutes. Okay, so it's slightly longer than the average. It's about on par with a normal rock song, I would say. 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, you know. But then they get into the 5, 6, 7 minute. You know, this 72 seasons is 7 minutes and 39 seconds, right? And I'm accustomed to long songs, liking them, especially Mars Volta songs. Some of those songs are goddamn 16 minutes, you know, 8 minutes, 16 minutes, and they're broken up in like newer versions or whatever. One of my favorite songs from Night Moves, I want to say Hiding in the Melody. Great song. I think it's like 8 to 12 minutes. But it's an amazing song. I love that song so much. Don't quote me on the specific time, but I'm pretty sure it's a long song. It's longer than 4 minutes. I'll give you that. But for this, it was like I was waiting for it to end. And I'm like, that's not good. You know, I don't know. It's just, and I was kind of scrolling the cursor. Okay, where's the solo? Listen to the solo. Okay, it sounds good, but it's like, you know. So there's some weirdness going on with it, and I'm a little sad. Pertaining to the overall album or how it's turning out. You know, my point with the whole minutes thing of my minute rant is just that I wanted it to be over. And usually for long songs, I love how long they are. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that it's time to hang it up? Let me know in the comments. I will end the video here. Again, thank you so much for those who have subscribed. Keep subscribing. More videos are coming along the way. Starting to get some more music rolling out this year. I feel like it's been a really slow year for rolling out music. So we're going to get to it. But other than that, J-Powell Music. I'll see you guys next video. Thanks a lot.